The following is a presentation of ESPN on ABC.
Another classic performance. Lance runs this game is ridiculous. The big three for Phoenix showing up.
They played harder than us. They wanted it more than us.
That just wasn't us. It didn't feel like us.
Can Vegas come up with an answer? What a pass! Asia Wilson, so good.
We welcome you to ESPN's coverage of the WNBA playoffs presented by Google. This afternoon in the desert, it's Game 3 of this best-of-5 semifinal series with the Phoenix Mercury and the Las Vegas Aces tied at a game apiece. This following an epic performance from Diana Taurasi in Game 2 to even this series up. And don't forget about the playoffs. Brittany Griner has had thus far, averaging 22 and 10 thus far this postseason. How does the 2020 MVP, Asia Wilson, and the Aces respond today? Taking a look at our playoff bracket. What a thriller in Game 3 that just went final moments ago on ESPN with Chicago defeating Connecticut 86-83. The Sky now a win away from punching their ticket to the finals. Both series Game 4 will be Wednesday night on ESPN as we welcome you courtside here in Arizona. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. So happy to be with you for Game 3 of this semifinal series. Rebecca, we've seen Diana Taurasi do amazing things throughout her career, but one of the most amazing games we've seen her play came in Game 2 of this series.
She was just absolutely spectacular in one of her bigger moments. And Diana Taurasi, efficient as well, shooting 77% in that game. It didn't matter who was guarding her or where she was on the floor. She was hitting shots from the post, in the paint, and on the three-point line. Whatever was running at her did not matter. 8 of 11 from deep. Diana Taurasi with a vintage superstar performance.
It's incredible, the 37 points on just 13 field goal attempts. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they've got really strong production out of their backcourt in this series.
Their backcourt has been really, really good in the playoffs, and this is a team that is known for its post play, but their guards have really been able to get it done. Interested to see what complementary scoring they can get from their posts in this one.
All right, for a little more on Diana Taurasi, let's check in courtside with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, not only was Diana Taurasi's performance historic, record-setting, epic, but it caught the attention of some of the best shooters in the world. She was trending on social media after that performance, and Dame Lillard reached out to her personally. Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz, she was impressing so many great shooters in this game. I think that'd be even more impressive if they knew what she was fighting through physically. Diana Taurasi has a high ankle sprain, which is where your tendon and ligament pulls away from your bone. She's also got a small fracture in her foot. She is gutting it out. She did admit that she had some swelling after that 37-point performance, but she's going to make it go again today.
Well, Bill Laimbeer said, hey, she's playing. She's not hurt. Diana Taurasi responded saying, who's Bill Laimbeer? And then dropped 37. Yeah, this series has some good juice. 1-1, a swing Game 3 here at Desert Financial Center at Arizona State. The Mercury X Factor crowd has traveled well. They are on their feet for the start of Game 3 of this semifinal series. Roy Gobam, Billy Smith, Tiffany Bird, our officials. Liz Cambage back in the starting lineup for Las Vegas. She has been coming off the bench since returning from COVID. It's Brittany Griner and the Mercury who win the tip.
One important piece with Liz Cambage in the game is you do not need to send the double team to Brittany Griner. She can handle her one-on-one.
Nurse turns it over. Here comes Chelsea Gray pedaling forward. The pull-up is in it. Crowd here in Phoenix will stand until the Mercury get their first bucket.
Sandy Brondello emphasizing the importance of taking care of the basketball.
Taurasi, a deep one is good. The GOAT picking up where she left off.
It goes back telling the official she got hit on the arm and one.
Cambage, deep catch, couldn't finish. Here comes Nurse. Pocket pass to Griner, left alone. Can't hit the jumper from 17. Got it back as Cambage couldn't handle. Nice feed from Griner into Turner for two.
Those two have a terrific high-low connection, and Turner has great bounce, so you can throw it up and over.
Bill Lambier told us before the game, we said, what's the #1 takeaway from the first two games? He said, first quarter. The first quarter has been so key. So far, Phoenix off to a good start here in the first.
And they've gotten Liz Cambage touches in places where she's normally very efficient.
Taurasi again, dropping bombs. An 8-0 right hook out of the gates from the Mercury. Wilson collects, gets denied by Griner. A flat-footed rejection from Brittany Griner. Diggins Smith the lob, and Turner puts it in. Any thought of a timeout here if you're Vegas?
Yeah, I saw Bill Lambier stand up. I just assumed he was going to take one. You got to do something here.
A 10-0 start for the Mercury. Crowd alive. Wilson flips it up and off. Another stop from the Mercury D. Vegas has started this game 0 for 5. Diggins Smith, the pull-up, she got cracked and will shoot 2.
Been really impressed so far with the energy that Phoenix has had on the defensive end of the floor, and then offensively they have been in attack mode. Watch Skylar just here, beautiful pass into Turner. Skylar Diggins Smith has done a terrific job this series, knowing when to look for her shot and when to find her open teammates.
It's the first free throw as Plum and Hamby will come in quickly here for Las Vegas. Raquana Williams and Liz Cambage out.
This is very early for the bench players to come in for Vegas, but Bill Lambier had to because they are energy players, and right now the one thing Vegas is lacking more than anything is energy.
Plum with 25 points off the bench each of the first 2 games of this series. She's just the 7th player in playoff history with multiple 25-point games off the bench in a single postseason. She's the first to do it in back-to-back games.
She has been dangerous, and she's been really good attacking the basket off the bounce so far here in the playoffs.
An 11-0 start for Phoenix. They couldn't have scripted it any better. Taurasi keeping the heat she showed in game 2. Jackie Young can't hit, long board, another chance here for the Aces. Plum. Inside, Hamby had the matchup, and Young was able to find her first bucket of the game for Las Vegas.
You'll see on-ball screen situations where Phoenix has to switch, and that was one of them. And Skylar Diggins Smith ended up on Hamby.
Skylar Diggins Smith again, good look inside. Griner on the follow, can't finish. Hamby lost it out of bounds, and the Mercury will have another chance. Touched on it before, though, Rebecca, the decision-making from Skylar Diggins Smith, something Sandy Brondello really highlighted to us. You know, the first 2 games of the playoffs, she took nearly 20 field goal attempts per game. Last 2, just 10. And Sandy emphasized that she just knows exactly what the team needs at a given moment. Taurasi short on that 3.
And she's done a really good job reading the defense, and there's been times Vegas will double-team her.
That time read that Asia Wilson was reaching out her hip, and the illegal screen is called on Wilson, her first.
But there's times where she's been getting trapped on ball screens, and she's navigated it well because she's found open teammates, and as Phoenix has shown throughout the course of this series, they can be potent offensively.
Phoenix has averaged 103.5 points on 54% shooting through the first 2 games. Protecting the ball as well, 10 turnovers per. Griner out of the double, finds Turner, missed the layup. Rebound controlled by Las Vegas.
That cut has been there all series long because of the way the Aces are helping off of Turner when the ball goes to Griner.
Phoenix shot 10 of 12 off of Griner double teams in game 2 as Hamby tough finish over Griner.
She's had a slow start to this series, Hamby has, but that's what she can do. She's an energy bunny, and that time taking it right at Griner.
Diggins-Smith floater drops in. Here is Young leaning in and hitting the mid-range, using her strength to get just enough space.
She will be big. She can be big for Vegas because of the way Phoenix is defending ball screen. She's been quiet so far in the series, though.
Averaging just 7 points after she averaged more than 12 per game in the regular season. Taurasi able to get her hands on it to keep that alive. 6 to shoot. Nurse probing. 4 to shoot. Nurse flips it up and off. Good D there from Vegas. Nice denials. Hamby straight on 3. Off the mark. Taurasi flicks it ahead. Turner gets a free release and lays it in. On the other end, Wilson gets loose for 2.
Wilson hadn't got back defensively, so Turner gets the open look, and then same thing happened the other way.
Here's Taurasi around the Griner screen. Lob inside, and 2 more for Breonna Turner.
It's hard because you have to load up the side of the floor that has Taurasi and Brittany Griner, and Turner doing such a good job on the weak side.
4 for 6 from the floor is Turner. She has 8 points in this opening quarter. Young, another mid-range. So key for Vegas for Jackie Young to be hitting those shots.
Yeah, the hard hedge by Turner, but then she has to recover to the big, and that gives Jackie Young the time to get the shot off.
Here's Diggins-Smith leaning 3. No. Chelsea Gray will try her mid-range. Can't hit. Griner secures the rebound. Already 4 rebounds in the quarter for Brittany Griner. Diggins-Smith taking it in on Plum. Couldn't finish it.
That's going to be really hard guard for Plum to stay with Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Hamby down the other end gets fouled, and free throws coming for Dearica Hamby as Vegas steadies things a bit after a tough start.
You saw a little bit in game 2. How about the start to game 3? DT3.
The WNBA playoffs on ABC is presented by Google, official WNBA changemaker and proud advocate of women in sports. In part by Taco Bell and AT&T 5G, fast, reliable, and secure.
Earlier this afternoon on ESPN, what a thriller between Chicago and Connecticut. The steal for Connecticut down 1, and then Breon January goes reverse and misses the layup that would have put Connecticut in front with about 13 seconds left. Then another chance for Connecticut, down 2. Alyssa Thomas flicking it back, and Jasmine Thomas unable to hit the running layup. Candace Parker would make 1 of 2 free throws, and that would do it. 26 points for Kalia Copper, and an 86-83 Chicago win to take a 2-1 lead in that series.
Wow, Connecticut certainly had their chances at the end of that game, but Chicago able to hold strong. I can't wait for game 4.
10 ties, 16 lead changes. A reminder, game 4 will be Wednesday night on ESPN. We already know there will be 2 game 4s. 8 o'clock Eastern with Connecticut, Chicago, and then 10 Eastern with game 4 between Phoenix and Vegas. How about the way the Aces have been able to calm things a little bit after getting down 11-0?
Yeah, they've done a nice job, and Plum has come in, and Hamby have come in and made a bit of a difference.
Taurasi on the bench at the moment. Petty in the corner, unable to hit the 3. Griner the rebound. Cunningham wide open. Griner finds her for 3.
This is a smaller lineup right now without Kia Stokes or Liz Cambage on the floor. And you saw Brittany Griner take advantage with the O board.
Petty and Cunningham in off the bench for Phoenix. Here's Asia Wilson, rumbling to the rim. Griner there to alter it. Foul on Young. That'll be the first personal, third-team foul against Las Vegas, making the second-team foul, the first personal against Jackie Young. Kia Vaughn in for Phoenix as well with Diggins Smith, Griner, Cunningham, and Petty. Hamby, Plum, Wilson, Williams, and Jackie Young for Las Vegas. Diggins Smith setting up Vaughn. Lob inside, Griner the deep seal.
Beautifully done, because with this Vegas lineup, you know they're going to have to double team Brittany Griner.
So we asked Sandy Brondello before the game, is this the best Brittany Griner has ever played? She said, yes, without hesitation. Said she reads the defense, knows where all coverages are coming from, has been an incredible leader for us, has been even keel, and then doing a whole lot of that. As she couldn't quite finish, but again, great positioning inside.
And you see where the entry is coming from. It is coming from the high-low.
Plum dribbled it off her foot. Petty gets tied up. That's a nice effort by Asia Wilson on what could have turned into a turnover. A chance for Vegas to get it back.
So 3 on one side of the floor here. A guard coming at Kia Vaughn. Well, they can't affect her vision. Or it's Hamby coming. She can't affect her vision. And then Brittany Griner doing a really good job holding her positioning.
Griner, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists in this opening quarter. Liz Cambage back into the game for Las Vegas. We asked Bill Lambier what he is expecting from Liz Cambage right now. It's been a slow reacclimation after returning from having COVID. And he said, I'm not quite sure. We're still working it out, finding out. He said the tough thing is Liz can't necessarily play long stretches of minutes right now, but it's hard to get in a rhythm if you're not playing long stretches of minutes. After the violation on the jump, Vegas basketball. Young pedaling through, couldn't lay it in, long board, Petty has it. Rossi getting ready to check back in for Phoenix. 11-point Mercury lead. Vaughn trying to work Hamby, draws 2, needs help, will take instead, no.
You know the difference with Cambage on the floor. They will step out and set on-ball screens to get her out of the paint.
Young bodies in, gets fouled, and is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That was the first possession the last time down for Phoenix where they looked out of rhythm, out of sorts a bit.
Jackie Young, 4 points in the quarter. Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA playoff schedule. ESPN, a doubleheader of Game 4s on Wednesday. Connecticut at Chicago, 8 Eastern. Vegas at Phoenix, 10 Eastern. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
Did you say Games 4? Or did you say Game 4s? Have I converted
I said
you yet?
Game 4s. Have we had a tie-breaking vote from Holly? Holly, it's got to be Game 4s, right? Not Games 4.
I have no opinion on this. I don't know.
Taurasi goes cross court. Petty trying to work. Plum able to cradle it in.
Shea Petty started the playoffs off a little slow, but has come alive offensively the last 2.
How about the speed from Plum down the other end, just beating everybody down the floor to create the opportunity for Hamby.
Her motor doesn't quit, and that's one of the things that separates Kelsey Plum, is she doesn't get tired. She is so incredibly fit, and her job is to go out there and push the pace.
Hamby gets fouled and will shoot 2. Bill Lambier was talking to us before the game about that fitness level for Kelsey Plum, Holly.
Well, I've told it before, but I love the reason why Kelsey Plum has gotten into this kind of condition. She said, I saw Sue Bird in a bikini. And it changed my life. I was like, are you kidding me? You're 40 years old and that's what you look like in a bikini? What am I even doing? So she actually has gone to Sue Bird's athletic trainer, the athlete blueprint, Susan Borchard, and she is doing everything Sue Bird did that elongated her career. It's really helped her coming off that Achilles, and there's a reason she's the 6th Woman of the Year. She was also a candidate for Most Improved because she's done that work on her body to become this kind of an athlete.
Yeah, Bill Lambier said, you know, she's so good playing fast and she can just run as hard as she wants every minute she's on the floor, thanks in large part to the conditioning she's done and the work on her body. Whistle here is going to go against Las Vegas. First foul on De'Erica Hamby. You think Bill also follows Susan Borchard's program?
I think he made it clear that he does not.
Here's Taurasi around the screen. And it poked from behind. Nice D from Jackie Young and a 2-for-1 opportunity for Vegas. Williams, Hamby, Young, beautifully done on the break.
Turnovers to transition. That's where Vegas thrives.
Sandy Brondello's #1 key to us was take care of the ball. And a 4-second difference, game and shot clock here at the end of the first. Petty backs it out. Petty on the drive, gets another layup. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Williams gives it up, Campage connects on a 3. Big triple from Liz Cambage to end the first.
We've seen enough of these guards, Ryan, hitting their threes. Give me something. 6'8". Drain it.
This presentation of the WNBA playoffs presented by Google will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
ESPN's coverage of the WNBA playoffs presented by Google here with De'Erica Hamby. And that first quarter was not going great for your team. What responsibility do you take when you come into this game, because you change the dynamic?
Yeah, just to run hard, be aggressive, and hopefully get our team some momentum.
You guys focused a lot on taking away that first punch they throw in the first quarter, but it hasn't gone that way. What can you do to change this momentum?
We got to, first of all, limit offensive rebounds. We're doing a good job on the initial action, and we just got to secure the rebound and push.
This crowd's loud. It's crazy and hectic. How do you overcome this?
Just play basketball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it is indeed loud in here as Raquana Williams hits a long 2 in the corner to begin the second quarter. Game 3 of this best-of-5 semis, tied at a game apiece. Game 4 Wednesday night. Brittany Griner starts the second, getting a breather for the Mercury. Here's Diggins Smith leaning in, flips it up and home. A long 2 for Skylar Diggins-Smith. Looked like she was seeking a whistle, instead got a bucket.
You wonder if Vegas can take advantage of Liz Cambay's size inside without Griner on the floor.
Here is Kelsey Plum into Cambage. Double comes, Young cuts, can't lay it in.
It's the right cut, though, by Jackie Young.
Here's Taurasi, hit her first 2 threes, missed the next 2 in the first. Nice find to Diggins-Smith. Airmails a 3 from the corner. Plum zipping up the floor. Plum looks into Campaign, she just lost it. 2-on-2, Cunningham and Diggins-Smith. Cunningham charges in for 2. Here's Plum, catch, fire, no. Kind of a quick release that time for Kelsey Plum on her first field goal attempt of the game thus far. Diggins-Smith's floater, too strong. Plum, eyes up. Working around the Cambage screen. Hamby all alone. Can't hit the 3. Rebound out of bounds. to Phoenix. As Kia Nurse will come and get Sophie Cunningham, who appears to be limping a little bit, Rebecca.
Yeah, after she made the layup on that end, she came back limping. I'm interested to see, Ryan, when Vegas gets the ball back, if they can get A'ja Wilson more involved offensively. Only 1 bucket on 4 attempts.
Taurasi goes cross court to Nurse. 8 to shoot, pocket pass, knocked out of bounds. Well, Rebecca, you talked about it with getting A'ja Wilson involved. We saw it was a little bit of a struggle in that first quarter.
You see her here calling for the basketball on the mismatch, and there were times where the mid-range jumper was open for the guards because of the hard hedge of Phoenix's defense. If they can get to the second side, I think they can get Wilson looks.
Turner couldn't finish it. Wilson's called for the foul, and that's going to be her second. Free throws coming now for Turner.
A'ja Wilson trying to move her feet and stay with Brianna Turner, but that's a good call. Her arm comes down. Brianna Turner's been incredibly aggressive on the offensive end.
This is the first free throw. 4 for 6 from the floor is Turner, 8 points. And Turner hits the second. 10-point Phoenix lead. Here's Wilson, this time trying to go to work, gets denied by Kiner, who was waiting for the whole time. 5 on 4, Turner lobbing it to Taurasi. No one actually guarded Turner, she just picked up her dribble. And a foul called here against Plum. And that will be the first personal on Kelsey Plum.
And Ryan, you mentioned it at this end. Brittany Griner was just in the paint the whole time, waiting for A'ja Wilson. You might have to wait and get her the ball on the second side where it's harder for Griner to help.
Out of the double, knocked away, foul by Diggins-Smith. This might be a clear path foul. Skylar Diggins-Smith grabs Kelsey Plum. Yeah, and I think there's a good chance this could be clear path.
Yeah, they're going to have to review it for that. Because I don't think anyone's back. I don't think Kia Nurse is back enough. Nope, that's got to be a clear path.
You know what's interesting? Often they sort of default review clear paths. I don't even think they're going to review. Okay, now they might.
But they'll come to the...
Billy Smith was so confident. He said he was content to call it a clear path without any review.
So were you. So that shows you how clear the clear path was.
Well, you know, me and Billy, we think alike. So I'm not surprised. So Roy Gobayan, Billy Smith, Tiffany Bird will take a look. I mean, Rebecca, this seems to be a pretty clear path foul.
Yeah.
Plum has control of the basketball. There's no one between her and the basket. Yeah, and that was a quick review. That is clearly a clear path. And so 2 shots in the ball here for Las Vegas.
4th turnover for Phoenix.
Plum hits the first free throw, 94% from the line this season. No, it's not just these last 2 playoff games for Plum either. You look at her last 8, including those final 6 of the regular season. She's averaged 22.5 points on 50% shooting from the floor and 41% from 3.
She's been really good leading the charge off the bench, and especially when Cam Beige isn't in there, there's room for her to operate. And she does a really good job getting herself to the paint, getting touches inside, and finding teammates.
You talked about in the open, the backcourt has been good for Vegas as Williams rattles out a 3. Quanah Williams, a big part of it, off to a great start in this series. Taurasi leaves it. Griner assessing, double comes, perfectly timed by Hamby to force the jump.
Really nicely done. Kia Stokes has the initial assignment. She holds her ground, and then a couple dribbles in. De'Erica Hamby waits and waits and then goes right on the spin. That's when you want to be there.
So Griner and Hamby will jump it up. 6'9" on 6'3". And Griner tried to push it over. And Plum is fouled by Taurasi, trying to thwart the fast break. That'll be the first personal on Diana. Second team foul against Phoenix.
Yeah, Plum comes up holding something after this. I think she got it right in the gut.
Here is Williams. Hamby bodies in. That's going to be an offensive foul. Good D from Kia Nurse as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, you've noticed Sophie Cunningham left the floor where you noticed her limping, and she has not been back out here. They took her up into the tunnel, and she kept motioning like they're just going to rewrap something on her foot. I'll keep you updated when she can return.
All right, thank you very much, Holly. Asia Wilson, Liz Cambage going to both come in now for Las Vegas. I mean, Rebecca, the dominance from Vegas, as good as the backcourt has been in these playoffs thus far, it comes when those two are firing on all cylinders. How do the aces get there with Cambage and Wilson?
Well, they like to go direct entry right into Cambage because she can be unstoppable at times. And you know, Wilson just needs to find her groove. And again, I think it might be on the second side of the floor.
Oh, great decision from Griner to Turner for two. Turner now with 11 points. Cambage able to finish using the size, had the mismatch.
Yeah, Brittany Griner had to come over onto the rolling Asia Wilson, and that put that put Taurasi on Cambage.
Here's Griner, will take, and it's hit. We saw that in game 2 as well.
It's one of the things that's evolved in her game is the ability to consistently hit the 15 to 17 footer.
Plum lobs it in to Cambage, out of bounds, Phoenix ball.
Kia Nurse is battling. Do you know how many times in this game already Kia Nurse has ended up on a big and just continues to battle? Another big who's battling pretty well. Brittany Griner getting it done. Inside, outside. Upside down.
It's time for today's Did You Know, presented by Google. You see Diana Taurasi, the oldest player to record a 30-point game in the playoffs. She scored 37 in game 2 at 39 years old. For today's search, we want to know who held the record prior to Diana Taurasi in game 2. You have a guess? Yeah, you can't look at the answer over.
No, I don't know the answer, but
All
my
right.
guess is Cynthia Cooper. That'd be my guess.
Okay, Holly, do you have a guess for our Google Did
Mine
You Know?
was going to be Cynthia Cooper as well.
Okay, we'll
Trying to
see.
think of an older player who could score a lot. Cynthia Cooper.
We'll see if Holly and Rebecca are both right. They took a point off the board as Griner can't finish. There was some confusion as Nurse comes up with a steal and then gives it away. Some confusion as to whether the scores table had given Skylar Diggins a 3 when the officials had ruled it a 2 on that deep jumper, or they had scored Brianna Turner as hitting both her free throws rather than the 1 for 2 she went. Nonetheless, a point needed to be deducted, and it has been. So a 10-point Phoenix lead here with 4:38 to go in the first half. Taurasi shovels to Griner. The jumper, no. Here comes Plum, pushing pace for Vegas. Plum the pull-up is good from the free throw line. No one got to the ball.
She's just running at a different speed at times than anybody else on the floor when she has the basketball in her hands.
Here's Diggins Smith around the Griner screen. Nurse has had a really nice game thus far, as has Turner. Shot clock down to 5. Nurse evades Williams, flips it up. No. Turner able to slide it in. 13 points in this first half for Brianna Turner. She's tied her playoff career high.
She made something out of absolutely nothing offensively for Phoenix.
Wilson finally gets a good touch, but couldn't finish.
Get Taurasi on her.
Oh, touchdown, Taurasi to Turner. Sandy Brondello talks about how having Diane on the floor, it's not really the scoring she thinks of first, but the passing. Also the best passer on the team as Las Vegas takes a timeout. Bill Lambier saying, no, I didn't. But apparently he did. 12-point Phoenix lead.
There's just something special when Diana Taurasi's on the floor. You said it, it's not just scoring, it's passes like this.
Coming up on the WNBA halftime report presented by State Farm, Coach Carolyn Peck, Renee Montgomery, Monica McNutt. We are definitely getting into the first game of the day, an 86-83 victory for the Chicago Sky. All of the nuts and bolts of that one. But this one, y'all, Phoenix jumps out to a 12-point lead. They've lost some of that lead at this point, but what stands out most, Coach?
Well, the defense is improving as the game goes on. In the first game at halftime, the Mercury were shooting 77%, only 50% right now.
Vegas, who's going to step up, make a play, make a shot?
Vegas, make a play, make a shot. Play some defense. Let's get back to Ryan, Rebecca, and Holly.
All right, thank you very much, ladies. Yeah, indeed. Right now, Phoenix shooting 50% and holding Vegas to 34.5% from the floor as Hamby turns it over. Phoenix also a +9 on the glass thus far. Cunningham back in, unable to hit. Turner the rebound. Another chance here for Cunningham. And she is fouled shooting 3. All right, time to pay off our Google Did You Know. I am happy to tell both of you, you are correct. The answer, Cynthia Cooper had held the record for oldest player with a 30-point game before Diana Taurasi at 37 at 39 years old in game 2. Cooper at 31 at 34 years old in 1997.
It's amazing to think that she entered the league as a 34-year-old and was still playing at the level that she was. Ryan, Vegas in their last game scored 91 points.
Yeah.
Well, offense wasn't the problem. Their defense was the problem. Well, here today, right now in game 3, offense is a problem. It's only 27 points. This is a team that averages over 80.
Cunningham hits all 3 free throws. That was just the 3rd foul on Hamby as well. So she checks out. A 7-0 run for Phoenix. So what becomes the answer offensively for Vegas?
I'm sure Bill Lambier has the same pause that I do. You hear A'ja Wilson getting a look. I think he still tried direct entry into Cambage when she's in. She's been an efficient machine most of the season.
Wilson is now 1 for 7 from the floor. Diggins Smith circling, looking. Taurasi on the bench at the moment. A travel here as Petty knew it and gives it back. Kia Nurse will come and grab Cunningham. So Phoenix with Turner, who has 15 points this half. Diggins Smith, Petty, Griner, and Nurse. Aces with Cambage, Wilson, Gray, Plum, and Young. Vegas just 3 for 11 in the second quarter. Young, mid-range, rims off. Petty the rebound. Phoenix a +13 on the glass now. Petty to the reverse, no. Turner the offensive rebound and the putback. 17 points in the first half for Brianna Turner. That is her career high in any game, regular season or playoffs, and she's accomplished in the first 2 quarters. As Gray hits the jumper, they'll count it, plus the foul that came on the screen around Cambage.
Brianna Turner has absolutely been the X factor so far in this game. She has been attacking the offensive glass. She's kept balls alive. She's finished little alley-oop plays. Tremendous energy.
Well, guys, not only is she having such great energy with rebounds and offense, but night in, night out, she is asked to defend the best players in the world, from Candace Parker, Brianna Stewart, Liz Cambage, A'ja Wilson. She is asked to do so much for them that it's just so fun to see this be her offensive breakout, too, but a lot of that's coming from the rebounds. Yes,
17.7 rebounds. So they're reviewing right now whether or not the foul occurred before the upward shooting motion. And pretty sure it did. The ruling on the floor was bucket was good for Chelsea Gray, and it occurred simultaneously, the foul into the upward shooting motion. But you can see Diggins Smith fouled Cambage long before Gray started the upward shooting motion. So that bucket's going to come off the board.
Review, the basket is no good. free throw line, the ball will be awarded at the free throw line extended.
And you've seen the last couple of possessions, Vegas using Liz Cambage as the screener. And the reason to do that is to pull Brittany Griner away from the basket. That way, if your guard comes off the screen, can get a look in the lane. You don't have the shot blocker there. But Chelsea Gray, when you talk about offense, she needs to get a little bit more involved. She needs to find a way to score and to assist.
0 points, 0 assists thus far for Gray. Here's Plum. Griner got a paw on it. Another stop from Phoenix. Diggins-Smith to Griner for 2. A 19-point Mercury lead. Gray hits the jumper. First bucket for Chelsea Gray.
Yeah, she can really create her own. She can create her own. So when Vegas is having a tough time scoring, they need to look for her a little bit more.
That ends a 9-0 run. Taurasi getting ready to check back in for Phoenix. Diggins-Smith forced it, didn't get the whistle. Now slow to get back on D. And a 5-on-4 for Vegas. Diggins-Smith back now. Cambage tosses it too tall, out of bounds. The Aces turn it over.
And Brianna Turner, again, defensively on that possession and the way she was fighting in the post.
Taurasi in for Petty. 7 turnovers apiece now in this first half. 1 minute to play in the second quarter. Game 3, series tied at a game apiece. This best-of-5 semifinal. Here is Griner. Trying to work Cambage, and that's going to be a foul on Liz Cambage. Vegas did have a foul to give. That's the first personal on Cambage.
6'9", can consistently hit 15 and 17 footers, can post up and has nice footwork inside. Now you see her driving on her 6'8" defender.
Having a terrific playoffs thus far. Griner was able to squeeze that one to the corner for Nurse. On the follow, Griner loses it. And it will be Vegas basketball, 2-for-1 opportunity if they hurry. Crowd applauding the effort there of Brittany Griner. It's been an outstanding crowd at Arizona State thus far. Gray wisely let it roll. Gets off the shot in time to execute the 2-for-1.
She can heat up. She can heat up because she's so good with the pull-up fade off of an on-ball screen.
6-second difference, game and shot clock. Here's Diggins-Smith on the attack through the lane. Gets blocked by Cambage. Turner. Griner was telling Turner, go up with it, go up with it. 4 to shoot. Nurse with 3 to shoot. Lob to Griner. Couldn't put it in. The follow won't go from Turner. 4 seconds left. Here comes Cambage. And Plum doesn't get it off in time. That'll do it for the first half. A 15-point Phoenix lead at the half. Stay tuned for the WNBA Halftime Report presented by State Farm. We'll go back to the studio after these messages.
One of the big stories here in the first half has been Brianna Turner and her activity on both ends of the floor. What a compliment she has been to Brittany Griner, finishing inside.
In Arizona, getting ready for the start of the third quarter of this Game 3 of a best-of-5 semis series tied at a game apiece. And Phoenix a 46-31 lead on Las Vegas as we get ready to start the second half. Welcoming you back courtside. Hey again, everybody. Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. Phoenix got off to a great start, and they were able to continue that momentum through the first half. Big-time play on the interior from Brianna Turner. She is the subject of today's unbelievable play, brought to you by Oculus from Facebook.
Yeah, Turner was terrific. Defensively, she was stymieing on that end of the floor, and then offensively, her activity was so good. Her player is the one who leaves to double-team Brittany Griner, and Brittany has gotten so good at the high-low pass, including when she throws it up at the rim. And Turner, her energy, she will run the floor as well. A career high for points in just the first half.
17 for Turner, 6 for Griner. A whole lot of work on the glass as well. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Yeah, there's an old Pat Summit saying that defense wins games, but rebounding wins wins championships, and that's the case today. 30 rebounds for Phoenix Mercury compared to just 15 for the Las Vegas Aces. And how that's translating is 28 points in the paint, 12 second chance points. They've just been the more active team, and that matters. One injury news to update. Sophie Cunningham will not play in the rest of this game for Phoenix with a left calf strain. And Rebecca, I know you think that's a pretty big deal for Phoenix.
Yeah, not only today, but potentially going forward as well. Sophie Cunningham not only is very good at extending the defense by hitting three-point shots, but in this series, she has been very good with her size defending De'Erica Hamby.
Griner was able to save it off of Wilson and save the possession for Phoenix.
Yeah, their first set, they look to slip the screen. Brittany Griner get her going towards the rim.
Phoenix outscoring Las Vegas 28-12 in the paint in that first half. Nurse carries a three. And that'll be even more important if Sophie Cunningham's going to miss some time.
Yeah, Kia Nurse has shot the ball really well this series. She started today's game 0 for 3. Big one there for her.
And a whistle going to go against Nurse. Foul call. That will be her first personal.
See Asia Wilson getting the touch on the left elbow. That's where she is so dangerous, especially if they clear the left side of the floor, because she can attack the rim.
Just 2 points and 1 rebound in that first half for Asia Wilson. Gray gets the whistle called against Diggins Smith. I believe it'll be that side-to-side movement and not shots here for Gray. That'll be the third foul, though, on Diggins Smith. The side out of bounds for Las Vegas. The Aces 24-8 during the regular season. Only Connecticut finished with a better record. Cambage fading away. No. Weak side rebound. Diggins Smith looking to push. Nurse. Taurasi hit 2 threes early. Hasn't since. Won't there. Good D from Vegas, and it's out of bounds to the Aces.
Good job by Liz Cambage to be right there to step out on that shot. She and Diana Taurasi having words the entire way down the floor.
Here's Raquana Williams, who also hasn't gotten going yet. She had been terrific the first 2 games. Wow. That is rare. You see Asia Wilson from one of her spots on the floor miss a shot like that. Usually so money around that free throw line extended.
And you see that they're trying to get her the ball on that left side.
Well, guys, I've checked in with some of the staff for the Las Vegas Aces to see if there's anything wrong with Asia today, and not that we're aware of, but I keep seeing her on the bench shaking her head off, trying to wake herself up as BG puts that home. And after she missed that shot, which is her spot on the floor, you could see Asia just scream out loud and say, "That's me." She's just not right today.
Right back to Wilson Holly. Inside, lays it in. Let's see if that starts to get the former MVP going.
Yeah, hey, if you can get a one-on-one situation with her attacking the basket, that's a way to help her get in a comfort zone.
Griner giving a whole world of space, says sure, why not?
Liz Cambage has got to get out there because Brittany Griner has been very consistent with that shot.
10 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks for Griner, as Cambage will have a chance for 3.
Brittany Griner just steps out, and Cambage helps on the drive, and it just stands there. You can't give up. You got to come out with a hand high and try to make it at least a little bit difficult for BG.
Cambage completes the 3-point play. Cambage has played 15 minutes thus far, got her minutes up to 24 in game 2, the most Bill Laimbeer's extended her since returning from COVID. Had her in even when the game was out of reach, just trying to get her conditioning up. Diggins Smith, back to Griner, working on Wilson and sticks it in.
You know, they talk about games slowing down for players. That possession was a perfect example. It was like Phoenix was just picking apart whatever they wanted to do to Vegas's defense.
Wilson, again, a deep touch. Wilson gets fouled and will go to the line. So maybe the layup, maybe the free throws could start to get Asia Wilson going.
Because they're certainly going to need the offense from Asia Wilson. As she gets position on the left side. Griner comes late just as Wilson turns her back. And this is the thing with Vegas. You know, we've documented this over the course of the last couple of years. They don't shoot many threes. They beat you by getting the ball in the paint and by getting to the free throw line. They haven't gotten there a ton yet today.
About to shoot just free throws number 10 and 11 for the game. Wilson hits the first day Wednesday, game 4 in the best-of-5 WNBA playoff semifinals. Sun Sky, 8 Eastern, then Aces Mercury. Both games are on ESPN and the app, one tap. We talked about the only team with a better record than the Aces this season was Connecticut on 26 games, Vegas 24, and Connecticut will face elimination on Thursday night. The Chicago Sky, James Wade's team, has come alive in these playoffs.
Yeah, they're playing great basketball.
Griner hits the jumper again to mid-range. BG has the last 8 for Phoenix. It's a 19-point cushion. Playing in front of what has been an outstanding crowd here at Arizona State. Wilson looking to skate around Griner, got the whistle. And that'll be the 3rd foul on Griner as Wilson will go back to the line.
Good decision, because Brittany Griner is on her on this possession, and she decides to attack her.
BG gets that kind of space in the mid-range. Hard to stop. Wilson hits the first free throw. Now, Vegas is already in the bonus. Here in this 3rd quarter. Chris Paul, Devin Booker just coming into the building. You could hear the applause as they took their seats. Looks like Jake Crowder with them as well. Chris Paul actually purchased 500 tickets for Mercury fans to this game as Diggins Smith can hit the 3. Here comes Gray. Off the mark. Diggins Smith the rebound, looking to push for Phoenix. Griner turns in a crowd and traveled as she did.
Her teammates need to communicate with her, because as soon as she caught it, she had a mismatch, but then there were 3 help defenders there. Her teammates need to shout, let her know, so she can just pass it right out.
Kelsey Plum getting ready to check in for Las Vegas. Plum had 4 points in that first half. Gray had just 4. Raquana Williams 2. It's a big difference from the production in the backcourt in games 1 and 2 for the Aces. Here is Wilson. Couldn't finish. Griner the rebound. Her 9th. Taurasi will pull. No. Caught by Nurse. Sets up Diggins Smith, who finds Turner for 2. And after 17 points in the first half, the first 2 of quarter number 3 for Brianna Turner. Williams bunny hops and gets the roll. Bill Lambier talked to us about asking Raquana Williams to get more aggressive, especially with her mid-range jumper, something she's done late in the season and in the first 2 games of this series. It's Griner. That is a tough finish.
She can overpower Hamby. She can overpower Hamby one-on-one every time down the floor.
14 points now for Griner. Williams a 3. It is good. And Raquana Williams can heat up in a hurry.
She can create her own shot and her elevation. She can get off the floor and shoot over even when bigger players help off on her.
Taurasi lays it in with the left hand and takes the tumble. Williams, not that time. Turner the rebound. Phoenix a plus 21 on the glass in this game. Turner got bumped, fouled by Hamby. That'll be number 4 on De'Erica Hamby. will step aside. Phoenix, a 19-point third-quarter lead in Game 3.
The WNBA playoffs, presented by Google on ABC, is brought to you by American Express. See what you can expect when you're with Amex Platinum. And in part by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
Welcome back to Phoenix. I have some special guests here courtside, straight off of practice. Chris Brown, Mikal Bridges, Devin Booker, and you guys had to push back your charter to be here. Why was it important to be here and support the women?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Jay, Book, all the other guys on our team was trying to get over here, too. We just want to support them the way they support us.
You purchased 500 tickets to this. I heard the line started at 6:30 this morning to get those tickets. How are you helping the community get involved with this team?
I'm just trying to support any way that I can. Any one of the guys on our team would have did it to anybody, you know. So it's not about me. It's about these women and what they out here doing, and trying to see if they can do what we didn't. Yeah.
Right, that's right. You guys get to the finals, and Book, I got to bring you in here because you guys asked to push your charter back. Why do you want to be here and see what these women are accomplishing?
This is the playoffs. This is the playoff. This is time. So we're here. We are in here.
I like it. Playoff basketball. There's a good vibe in Phoenix. I can't leave you out. The good vibe in Phoenix around playoff basketball. How's this community rising up to support you guys?
I mean, everyone's behind each other. You see us here supporting the women. So the whole community is behind each other, and we're just all pushing for one thing.
Okay, I'm going to get out of the way because they want to watch this basketball. One last question, Chris. You guys have a really cool doubleheader. You're going to play the Lakers on Wednesday. How did you move that game up so the women can still play on their home court?
Man, I think it was a combination of our team and their team. You know, understanding, you know, we fans. You know, we fans. You know, we got a game. It's a preseason game against the Lakers. So big shout out to their team and our team for doing that because it's going to be dope. We play at 3. We'll probably grab something to eat, then hang around and watch them play.
So fun. Love the love and the basketball energy here, and can't wait to see what version Phoenix Suns we see this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right, Holly, thank you very much. The Suns off a run to the finals and just incredible crowds in Phoenix, which we're seeing here today as Vaughn hits the jumper. You know, despite the Mercury playing here in Arizona State, their fans have traveled arenas, and it's just a terrific atmosphere. While Dearica Hamby picked up her 5th foul, the lead has swelled to 24 for Phoenix. Williams, no. And how about the Mercury holding Vegas right now to just 44 points, Rebecca?
And Bill Lambier's gone with an extra big lineup with Hamby at the 3, and Keegan Hurst has battled her on the defensive end.
Petty throws it away to Hamby. Here comes Hamby, darting into the front court and laying it in transition.
And that's how Vegas can get back into this game, is they can find a way to disrupt Phoenix, to try to get tips and turnovers so that they can get something easy the other way, because the half court has not been easy.
Hamby with 8 points now. No Vegas player is in double figures yet in this game. Nurse, not that time from 3. Rebound left for Cambage. Phoenix getting ready to go to its bench. Rossi and Megan Walker getting ready to check in as Wilson gets fouled. And if that's Griner, that will be her 4th. We'll see who they call it on. And it is indeed foul number 4 on Brittany Griner.
Yeah, that was silly. There's no need to reach in on that one. One thing we're not used to seeing is the Vegas bench being outscored. Another look at the Brittany Griner foul. She just comes in. Yeah, she got it right on the arm. Used to seeing Vegas's bench outscored.
That's been the case thus far. Just 12 points off the Vegas bench compared to 14 from Phoenix's. Griner's going to take a seat after picking up her 4th foul. Doesn't realize it, now does. Turner in, Taurasi in, and Megan Walker now will get the minutes that Sophie Cunningham would be playing if not for the calf strain Holly told us about.
For Vegas to make a charge, they've got to get some stops defensively. They need to be disruptive defensively, and Kelsey Plum needs to find her offense.
Here's Taurasi. And she gets called for the carry. Knew it. 10th turnover for the Mercury. Griner to the bench with that 4th foul. 10 points in this quarter.
She just changes the way you have to play defensively, especially if Cambage isn't in. You have to double Griner, and we've seen Turner benefit from that.
Cambage, deep catch, puts it in, plus the foul.
So, right, you don't see that happen as much if Brittany Griner's on the floor. There's nothing Megan Walker could do once she switched over on Cambage.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing. There's just nothing she could do.
Cambage completes the 3-point play. 18-point Phoenix lead. There's Taurasi. Turn, fire, no. Gray the weak side rebound. See if Vegas can make a little push here before the end of the quarter. Well, there's a push. Petty sends Gray to the hardwood. Phoenix is over the limit, so free throws for Chelsea Gray.
That shot Diana Taurasi just missed. She made that exact same move, but was able to drain it in game 2.
Let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA playoff schedule. On Wednesday, we have a couple of Game 4s. Connecticut at Chicago at 8 Eastern on ESPN, and then Vegas at Phoenix. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. 16-point Phoenix lead. An 8-0 run from Vegas. Longest run of the day for the Vegas Aces after they had just trailed by 24.
I was hoping you were just going to stay with the Vegas.
I thought about it, you know. First timers, when they're headed out to the Strip, they say, I'm going to the Vegas. 68-52, Phoenix in front of the Aces. Here's Taurasi. Over to Vaughn, her mid-range jumper won't go. Rebound Petty. Shot clock reset. I don't believe it should have. Taurasi finds Turner. She's fouled by Cambage. Now, I don't know how much time would have been on the shot clock, but that initial delivery did not look like it hit rim. And free throws now coming for Brianna Turner.
What a difference the offensive glass has made in this game. Phoenix has just done a terrific job of getting there and making Vegas pay when they do.
So the shot did clip the rim, hence the resetting of the shot clock. Turner now with 20 points, a career high. Make it 21 to go with 11 rebounds. She's 9 of 12 from the floor. Cambage loses it. Plum collects it. Fires. No. Rebound. Guess who? Brianna Turner, her 12th of the day. Phoenix pushing. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Petty on the drive, gets it off, and puts it in. That'll do it for the third. A 20-point Phoenix lead.
Been a dominant performance by the inside players for the Phoenix Mercury. Feeling strong.
Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the WNBA playoffs presented by Google. Well, the backcourt for Las Vegas has not been able to fill it up today the way they did in the first 2 games of this series, Rebecca.
And if Vegas is going to make a charge here and cut into this deficit in the 4th quarter, I believe it's going to be on the back of their backcourt. Defensively, they have to get disruptive. They have to find a way to turn Phoenix over, and then offensively, they have to come alive. It doesn't have to be from deep, but they have to find their offense.
72-52, Phoenix in front as we start the 4th. Griner back in with 4 fouls. Hamby on the floor for Vegas with 5. This game has been dominated from jump by Phoenix. Taurasi can't hit the three. Another rebound for Turner. Her 13th. And a kick ball is going to keep it right here.
The MVP of this game so far has been Brianna Turner. The energy that she gives her team every time she gets an offensive board, and the energy she takes away from the opponent every time that happens as well.
21 points, 13 rebounds for Turner. Here's Diggins-Smith on the attack, can't flip it in. Guess who? Turner nearly the putback after her 14th rebound. You know, through 3 quarters, Phoenix is a plus 24 on the glass, a plus 18 in the paint. Ray, step back, no. Griner, another rebound, her 10th to go with 16 points, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Oh, what a no-look! Taurasi to Turner, and Turner will shoot 2. And now a technical foul on Lambier, and he might get another one.
Beautiful pass by Diana Taurasi as Turner fills the lane. And A'ja Wilson frustrated because she thought she got all ball. Very demonstrative afterwards.
And she looked like she had a case. I mean, it's just a gorgeous pass by Taurasi. And
that was all ball line.
Yeah,
I understand why A'ja Wilson was so upset. And I think there the official should have given her some leeway. Because I think the technical was called on A'ja, wasn't it?
I think you're right, Rebecca. I think the technical was on A'ja. I thought initially it was on Bill Lambier. But I think you're right. It was on A'ja Wilson, yes.
She was being demonstrative, understandably, on the other side of the floor. But I realize why. It was not the right call.
Brianna Turner continues to add to her career high now, 23 points. She has 14 rebounds. Wilson can't finish. Another board for Turner, her 15th. Phoenix is a plus 27 on the glass. Plum read it the whole way, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mercury. And now Plum very demonstrative, and she's lucky she didn't get a T called. Thought that was out of bounds off of Phoenix. This is obviously a frustrated Las Vegas Aces team right now. They have really struggled this afternoon against the Mercury. Taurasi knocked out of bounds off of her, and it will be Las Vegas ball. You know, we talked to Sandy Brondello before the game about what she is like most through the first 2 games and what has stood out to her most. And she said, we're coming together. She said, our team, we really enjoy each other. She attributes that in large part to Phoenix's outstanding road record this season, and said the chemistry just continues to grow, and having Diana back on the floor helps that as well.
And this is a team where every player knows her role, and Diana Taurasi talked about it after the last game. She said, in terms of the big 3, she said we naturally each have a different piece of the floor from one another. I'm on the outside, BG's on the inside, Skylar does her thing. And the other players on the team have really settled into their roles as well.
Well, nice look over to Wilson. Can't hit. A'ja Wilson now 2 for 12 from the floor in this game. 8 points and 2 rebounds for the 2020 MVP. Diggins-Smith gets fouled.
Yeah, this is getting chippy, gotten chippy, and emotions are running high, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of whistles down this stretch just so the officials keep it all under control.
Yeah, they're actually going to call that foul on Young, who is grabbing Taurasi. Here's Diggins-Smith around the Griner screen. Turner, center of the lane, gets blocked by Wilson. That one called clean. 4 to shoot here for Phoenix.
And I just want to revisit quickly because I love the quote so much, you know, talking about Phoenix's big 3. Diana said, yeah, we joke there's a big 3, but it only works if the little 7 get it done.
Eddie banks in a 3, plus the foul.
That's one of the little 7.
electric in Arizona. A 27-point Game 3 lead for the Mercury. And another Vegas turnover here. Taurasi perfectly placed. Petty will back it out. Griner gives it up. Knocked out of bounds by Young. 7 to shoot.
You would think when there's a high-low connection between Brianna Turner and Brittany Griner, it would be Turner high and BG low. It's been all the reverse.
Griner jumper, no. An 11-0 Phoenix run. They started this game outscoring Vegas 11-0. That foul on the floor against Taurasi. Important to remember, too, when it comes to a player like Taurasi, getting an extra day of rest again before Game 4. Game 4 will be Wednesday night.
Liz Cambage back in the game, not only to try to help Vegas make a final push, but to get her more minutes as she continues to try to get her win back after her bout with COVID.
Plum, step back jumper, smooth. Just the second field goal of the game for Kelsey Plum, who had scored 25 in each of the first 2 games of this series. Smith gets denied by Wilson and saved by Hamby. No, Hamby out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix basketball. It was a late whistle, and because of that, drew the ire of the already frustrated Las Vegas Aces. Just 2 on the shot clock. And Phoenix is going to take a timeout. 6:36 to go in the 4th. The Mercury on the brink of taking a 2-1 series lead.
The WNBA playoffs on ABC is presented by Google, proud sponsor of today's closed captioning.
It is time for our most searched, presented by Google. Search interest in WNBA jersey dress spiked over 2,000% globally since Game 1 of the WNBA semifinals. Now, why is that? Well, I think we have Asia Wilson to thank for that, coming in with the vintage Lisa Leslie and the Cheryl Swoops jersey dress. How about some of the other playoff fits here? What do you think, Holly, Rebecca?
Okay, well, I love it because these women are slaying each and every day on and off the court. It's a whole new fashion vibe. But the thing I really love about it is I was talking to Rebecca Lobo's little girl, Maeve, that's a teenager. They're taking tunnel fits at school, in junior high school. I mean, it is influencing young women. I love it.
High school, actually.
It's awesome. It's become a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Ryan and Holly, you guys are both taking your tunnel fits on the way into the arena?
That's right.
No, that clock's not right.
You mean there's not 34 minutes left of game time?
There's not. I mean, there could be. We've experienced something similar to that in Game 1 of the Connecticut-Chicago series.
That's right, a double overtime series. In case you missed it earlier today, Connecticut and Chicago played down to the wire again, with Chicago outlasting Connecticut to take a 2-1 series lead. Really dramatic finish there. Here, Mercury punched first, and they've kept punching. Got out to an 11-0 lead, and really haven't looked back. Taurasi on the bench now for the Mercury. Hamby gets swatted by Turner. She has been terrific today. First team all defense for a second straight season. Doing a little bit of everything. 23 points, 15 rebounds, and now a block. Griner, deep jumper is smooth. Brittany Griner now with 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. Plum? No. Maybe partially blocked.
I think it was.
It was by Turner. Oh, Diggins-Smith splits the double. Griner just couldn't quite finish. And a whistle underneath, I believe, is going to go against Turner. She's called for a second foul. 4th team foul against Phoenix. It's a 27-point lead, Rebecca. We've seen things chippy in the 4th quarter. I think I'm about to get an answer to the question I was asking. Brittany Griner checks out now with Kia Vaughn in.
Brittany Griner, I mean, we saw her be dominant in the Olympics, in particular in the gold medal winning game. And since she's returned, she has just, you know, at times and a lot of times, looked like the most dominant player in the world.
Cambage finishes off a nice setup from Plum. Well, Sandy Brondello told us, yes, this is the best Brittany Griner has ever played in her career. Won a championship with Phoenix back in 2014 in Sandy Brondello's first season at the helm. But Griner, entering this game, was averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds on 68% shooting in the playoffs, and over 5 assists. And again, today, those numbers are going to continue to shine after the complete line from Griner. Diggins-Smith will pull. Can't hit the 3. Wonder if Sandy Brondello might get Diggins-Smith a breather soon as well. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Vegas.
Well, without Sophie Cunningham, she's a little bit limited in terms of the guards she can bring in off the bench. Bria Hartley's one who sometimes needs some time to warm up in order to, to be in there and feel comfortable on her knee. I don't know if late in the 4th quarter if she would be warmed up enough for that.
Get in the game like never before with AT&T 5G Game View. You can get a customized AR view on your smartphone. We're talking immersive live updates on your favorite WNBA team. It's exclusively in the WNBA app under the More menu, so download it now. Right now, Rebecca, Phoenix a plus 27 on the glass, a plus 16 in the paint, a plus 11 offensive rebounds, and a plus 18 in second chance points. Hey, these free throws are presented by YouTube TV. Watch live TV, no cable box required. Scan the QR code now to try it free for 2 weeks.
And so much of the stats you just read have to do with energy, and that's what Bill Laimbeer talked about after game 2, talked about it here before game 3, how his team needed to have better energy. And certainly, you said it, Phoenix came out and threw the first punch, and they've kept punching.
Vaughn got it to go. Always silky smooth in that mid-range is Kia Vaughn. A 12-year veteran, the 8th pick back in 2009. That time Vaughn gives it up.
Smart. He's trying to use clock.
Exactly. Vaughn again. Not that time. Bria Hartley is at the scorer's table now, ready to come in for Phoenix. That one flagged down by Hamby. Another chance here for the Aces. Wilson can't get it to go. It's been that kind of day for Asia Wilson now, 2 for 14 from the floor. Sandy Brondello is going to take a timeout, empty the bench, let these players hear it. 2:54 away from being 1 win from heading to the finals. Well, Brittany Griner has continued to shine here today in these playoffs.
Yeah, she's been marvelous at finding open teammates, scoring when she gets 2 feet in the paint. She can double or overpower players inside, step out, and hit from deep as well. An absolutely complete game on both ends of the floor from Brittany Griner.
11th career playoff double-double. Playing the best basketball of her already decorated career. Benches have emptied out. Alana Smith will fire and hit the jumper. Rebecca, let's look ahead a little bit in this series. Go a little bit more intricate here. Sophie Cunningham is going to key player off the bench for Phoenix. Left this game with a calf strain. If she isn't able to go in game 4, how does that change what Phoenix does off the bench, and where can they go?
Well, it might mean more minutes for Kia Nurse because she's done a good job as their big guard battling, hitting shots offensively, but also when Vegas goes to their big lineup, she's really competed hard with Hamby. I don't know if you'll see more of Megan Walker or if it'll just be a little bit more minutes for some of the other guards like Kia Nurse.
Holly?
One other thing to think about is Diana Taurasi has a baby due October 6th. Her wife, Penny Taylor, about to give birth any minute. So let's see how that plays out over the next few days. And if Diana would have to miss a game for the birth of her child, we'll see how that goes. Keep an eye on it.
Something to keep an eye on for sure. And Hartley get into it there.
However, that would be a great birthday.
Rebecca Lobo's birthday. Wednesday, game 4, best of 5 WNBA playoff semis. We have 2 game 4s for you. Sun Sky 8 Eastern, then Aces Mercury. Both games on ESPN and the app, one tab. I mean, these semifinals have been just terrific thus far, filled with drama. Connecticut, Chicago, every game has been a nail-biter. And game 4 will tee off the doubleheader Wednesday night, and then Vegas will try and stave off elimination in Phoenix in what will be a doubleheader for the Mercury and the Suns. Suns will play the Lakers, and then a couple hours later, the Mercury will play game 4. We heard Chris Paul talking about earlier with Holly Rowe.
It'll be a doubleheader with the Suns and also a doubleheader with the Sun. How about that?
Wow. You know, even in a 25-point game late in the 4th, that brain, the synapses, they still fire.
That's why you invite me to the party.
That's right. Here's Walker, 2 to shoot, floats it up and in. The Suns enjoying what they've seen from the Mercury. The 26-point win for Phoenix in game 2 was their 2nd largest road win in franchise history in the playoffs. Largest had come back in the 07 finals against Bill Lambier's Detroit Shock. Well, after a 26-point win on the road in game 2, they're about to have a margin of victory somewhere in that vicinity here at home in game 3.
Just from different ways that it was done. It was all about Phoenix's offense. In game 2, here in game 3, their defense has been stellar, limiting Vegas to only 60 points, 20 under their average.
All right, so that's the next question, Rebecca. How does Vegas regroup? What adjustments can they make after getting throttled back-to-back games in this series?
Yeah, they have to be more disruptive on the defensive end of the floor. I don't know if they have enough in terms of offense in the half court. They need to get up and down. It's what they've done so well all season long, is get out in transition, get buckets early. They have to get in the paint, whether that's their bigs or their guards, so that they can also get to the free throw line. But it's going to start on the defensive end, Ryan.
It is all cosmetic at this point. 36 seconds to go. Hartley recently returned from a torn ACL. Here's Smith, blocked inside by Stokes. Got a 2-second difference game in shot clock. Hamby flips it up and off. Rebound secured by Walker. And that's going to do it. The Phoenix Mercury are 1 win away from heading to the WNBA Finals. They pummeled the Aces in game 3. 87-60 the final to take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 semifinal series.
Phoenix, a team that just has their chemistry working on the defensive end of the floor. They have each other's back. Offensively, they're moving the ball around Diana Taurasi after a 37-point performance. Today it was about her big players inside. A well-balanced, efficient offensive team.
That's going to do it here in Arizona. The Mercury win at 87-60 final Wednesday on ESPN. Both semifinal game fours. For our producer Lori Privatera, director Ken Dennis, Holly Rowland, Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. I'm Ryan Rucco. Up next on ABC. Check your local listings. Thanks for watching the WNBA playoffs on ABC. Good night from Tempe.